Jay Crouch here with Grant Liffmann to talk about the LA Lakers and potential best free agent fits. This past season, Grant, was always a bit of a transition season. Luka Doncic kind of just sprung on this team, the opportunity, and I think their team going into this year, it was a little makeshift with the signings of the likes of Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton. Now with a bit more cap space, a bit more flexibility, they get to choose the team that they want to be a little bit more going forward. So do you think are three guys on the free agent market that fit this team?
Yeah, a lot of it will come down to how much money they have to spend after they try to lock up Austin Reeves and potentially bring back LeBron James. That will matter, of course, a ton in what they're able to do. Sometimes it's about sequencing when you sign certain guys, when there is some freedom to sign them, and then you can go over the tax, over the aprons, and use up your space. So that is something they could do in terms of sequencing. But at the end of the day, the biggest holes for the Los Angeles Lakers, of course, are the big men. DeAndre Ayton was fine. He had some good moments. He had some down moments. Jackson Hayes, same. But these guys aren't good enough for a team that is trying to compete for a championship to really lock down that starting center spot, in my opinion. They also needed some help in the guard spot. They really struggled there with the creators and guys to really initiate offense because of the issues injury-wise that they had with Luka and Austin Reeves throughout the season. LeBron also became kind of a de facto point guard for this team at certain points. But the point is, I think they could use some help there. And then finally, just adding some size and some help around this team. So here's the three fits that I see. Number one, John Collins. I think John has kind of gone under the radar a little bit from his time in Utah and then with the Clippers. He's not the same player he used to be. And I think people need to learn that he is not this high flyer, just kind of not really much of a team guy, just kind of throws him out there, run the lane type guy. He actually really fits well into team dynamics now and plays a role. And he's a lob threat, of course, for someone like Luka, and Luka could always use a lob threat, but he's a good help side rim defender as well. He's really become a solid defensive player, help side. Finally, he shot 40% from three the last 3 seasons. A little floor spacing always helps. I think John Collins could really fit well with this team out of the corner, doing all the things that they need to help them really shore up some of their defense, especially at the rim. If we're talking rim defense, though, I'm going to cheat here and give the second free agent fit to 2 guys. It's Mitchell Robinson and Robert Williams III. And the reason I'm putting them together is because they're both injury-prone centers. And it is something that both of them, when healthy, in their own styles, right? They're different sizes and the way they play. They're defensive anchors, and they do a lot of great things defensively. Can they get Mitchell Robinson? He's going to be more expensive than Robert Williams. They will look at him. But Robert Williams, when healthy, fits this team to a T, to exactly what they need on the back end. Very smart player, dynamic center that really people have lost sight of because of his injuries since his Boston days. And it really, again, it comes down to injuries and trying to look through the medicals and see what works there. Those 2 guys, one of them could really solidify the starting center spot for them. And finally, I'm just going to go to a vet min, Mike Conley. Bring in a guy who has veteran experience, who understands the big moment when at the time, whenever he's needed, you can just put him into a game and realize, hey, this guy can run my offense. He's an A-plus teammate, A-plus locker room guy, and he played really well and shot well in the playoffs. I think he is somebody that fit very nicely with the Lakers.
Yep. No, I like all of that. And I think the key point you made, this team just needs more athleticism. They need more youth. I think that the 2024 Mavs are kind of the blueprint for how you want to build a team around Luka Doncic. They already have, the Kyrie Irving figure in Austin Reeves as the guard running mate, the secondary creator alongside Luka, who can take the offense and that burden when Luka is on the bench. But they need athleticism, they need defense, and they need rim protection. Marcus Smart was an incredible signing for them at value that they got, and I think they should look to bring him back. But the 3 names that I would throw out, and they're all restricted free agents, so they will be difficult to get, but this is more kind of upside swings for the Lakers. Walker Kessler, Peyton Watson, Tari Eason, who all, I think, satisfy the length, defense, even though, we'll see with Walker Kessler. Utah might be willing to let him walk if the number gets too big. Eason has had a complicated run in Houston, but he as well, I think he is a high upside player and someone who just, his athleticism, his ability to get above the rim, his defense, I think would work very well on a Luka Doncic-led team. And then Peyton Watson, very much cut from the same cloth. So I think ultimately this team, they need to add rim protection. They need to add defense. With Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves, you have an incredible starting point on offense. Defensively, they have some work to do, but they have the resources this offseason to look to fix some of those gaps.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.